So I thought it would be fun if my first video was a tour of our homeschool room. I know I watch YouTube videos quite a bit on how other people have designed their classrooms, and so I thought you guys might enjoy this. We are very, very blessed to have this room. It's kind of just an open loft area at the top of our stairs where we can store all of our curriculum and supplies. Now, my kids are older. They are 12 and 16. We have one that's in college. So I designed this room for an older child. If I had elementary kids, this room would be full of bright colors and things on the walls and stuff, but my kids are a little bit older. So that's why it's not as colorful. So I'll just take you around. Let's start over, hope you're not dizzy, over here. So here you come up the stairs. This is just a short little hallway with doors leading to the kids' rooms, bathroom, a couple of little linen closets. We have this wall here. Both of my kids are studying U.S. history this year. So at the top, there's just a very simple, elementary, really style timeline. I got at a teacher supply store that just hits the highlights of American history. Then here I have, I've just put a little binder clip up here on the wall, and this holds several posters that I can just change out depending on what we're learning at that moment, and it allows me to not use up so much wall space. Down here we have maps. There's a map of the world, a map of the United States. I'm using my phone to do this, probably not the best idea. And a map of Washington State, which is where we live now. We just moved here about 6 months or so ago from Texas, so my high schooler is doing a crash course in Washington State history. On the maps we have thumbtacks. As we learn about new places, we put a thumbtack in. They are color coordinated for whether things my daughter is learning, my son is learning, or things we are learning together. These were, like I got these from Costco. They were laminated, and I just put them on an adhesive foam backing to give them some durability. Then here I have our whiteboard. It is quite large. I bought this at, it's actually shower backing, and I bought it at Home Depot. I think I paid, I want to say $14.97 for it. And then we just put it on the wall using, well, my husband put it on the wall, drilling in these holders like you would use for a bathroom mirror. So I'm hoping soon, in the next month or so, we'll get this. I want to put like a black decorative frame around it, just to make it look a little bit nicer. The door to our family room, game room, where the TV is. Then we have this wall. We do, and we study different artists and composers during the week. And so here are some of the paintings the children have learned about. First semester we studied Michelangelo and Rembrandt. We are in second semester and just started Van Gogh. And this just gives them a reminder, and they get to see it every day. These are very loosely based schedules of what we do each day and the times that we do it. I need to change these. We are about to start a co-op on Friday, so we won't have any. I'll have to rearrange the schedule and leave Fridays open. These were very cheap poster boards. It's like just a plastic cover that I got from Walmart, and they had a cheap looking picture in it that I took out, and then I just put burlap underneath the plastic plexiglass. And then I wrote on it with a wet erase marker, so I can wipe all that off and redo it. Here I have the kids' weekly schedules. So this is this week's schedule. And it just has, this is just strictly for their homework assignments. Monday was blank this week. We didn't have school because of President's Day. So I give this to them at the beginning of the week. And I break it up for them just to help them with time management, but I don't micromanage them. They get this at the beginning of the week, and they're responsible for having their stuff done by the end of the week. And then as they do stuff, they check it off. And that way I can kind of see where they are too. My son is younger, he's 12, he needs a little bit more help on time management, so I've kind of broken his day down for him so he has an idea of what he needs to do and when. So right here below I have 2 cubby sets pushed together. I bought these at Costco for around $100 a piece, and they came with fabric bins that I've used elsewhere in the house for storage. On top they have baskets for the stuff that they're working on right now. So these 2 would be for my daughter, and these 2 are for my son. They are both at a sleepover at their grandparents', and they took some of their work with them. So my son's bin over here is a little empty because he took a lot of stuff with him over there. Then on top of this one we have all of our educational / logic trivia type games. Like I said, they're studying U.S. history, so we have some American trivia, puzzle of the map of the U.S. presidents, geography, United States geography, and then just a variety of little logic fun puzzles that they like. Especially my 12-year-old son, he loves that kind of, like the little logic puzzles. And then here, I bought these labels at Staples. They're just adhesive back labels, and then I just use my label maker to label the tops. So I have this. This is where we store the curriculum that we are currently using or that we will be using next year that I didn't want to put in storage because I've just recently purchased it. So this is Bible and Art, English and Home Ec, which my daughter is doing as an elective in high school. This bin has some extra supplies for the kids, art supplies, some more art. This little label right here my son made for me as part of a recycling project. He had like leftover bits of paper that he mashed up and made a tag with. I wrote the word art. His handwriting does not look like that. This bin right here is for a lot of, or basket rather, is for a lot of, for our DVDs that we're using this year. So a lot of American history type DVDs. Then over here we have a section for critical thinking. This has a bin for our Mental Floss magazine. I highly suggest, if you have older kids, that you subscribe to that magazine. It has lots of cool stuff in it. Math. This basket has a whole bunch of math wrap-ups, kind of just to help with mental math. All the way from, from addition all the way up through some algebra. Life of Fred books. Some things that we do just daily. These are workbooks like daily mind benders for social studies, language arts. I have one for science. 1-minute mysteries, that kind of things. We don't write in those. We do those during lunchtime, just orally together. Scholastic magazine. So much of science stuff. And then this whole, all four of these on the bottom are American history books that we will be using this year, or have already started using. Here we have just kind of a fun little decorative chalkboard map of the U.S. Little bulletin board with some art prints. These are where I keep the most of the supplies that the kids use. Paintbrushes, pens, glue sticks, the thumbtacks for our map. These folders have a lot of our timeline stuff. We do a timeline book. I'll do a separate video on all of our curriculum. The chalks, pens and pencils, highlighters, rulers, scissors, all that. Erasers. The kids do notebooking and they use these little brads in their notebooking. Up here we have books for nature studies. They keep a nature study book. And again, like I said, I'll do separate videos on their different curriculum that they use. Down here we have all of their readers, literature that they're doing this year. This is for both kids. This is not all of it. I've put some of the stuff they've already read away. Some of this we're in second semester, so they've read about half of all of this. And this bin right here has English kind of stuff. They love Mad Libs. We'd like to do that together. Bananagrams, little scratch-off hangman games.